Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Sit Less, Move More with me, Molly, on Redbourne, active in Redbourne. Right, it's a really hot day today. It's baking hot. So I thought it would be sensible, as it's a really hot day, just to talk about the importance, first of all, of drinking water and staying hydrated. So you should, on a normal day, drink at least 6 glasses of water. And this is important because one of the main causes of falls and low blood pressure resulting in falls is dehydration. So a simple fix is just make sure you're drinking lots of water, and especially on a hot day like today, you need to drink more. Now, if you're unsure of how much water you need to intake, or, an easy way of, sorry to be crude, but an easy way of telling if you're dehydrated is just after you've gone to the toilet, have a look, and your urine wants to be a clear colour, and not a dark colour. If it's a dark colour, you definitely need to drink more water. A statistic that really, really upsets me is the leading cause of death in this country for over 75s are falls. So drink lots of water to avoid the falls. And what we're going to do today, we're going to do gentle exercises to try and help with balance, help coordination, and help prevent falls. Now, as it's so hot, we're going to take it easy because we need to keep our core temperature down. You don't want to get, on a day like this, work too hard, perspire a lot, dehydrate, and then one thing leads to another. So we're just going to sit and do nice, gentle exercises. So the first of all is we're going to get our breathing in order. So, feet hip distance apart, activate your core with a neutral spine and open your chest. And we're just going to spend a few minutes taking nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. In through the nose and out through the mouth. I'm sorry if I'm coming across a bit distracted, but there's a blue bottle flying around the room and it's driving me absolutely horrible. Anyway, in through the nose, out through the mouth, and in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. So now we're going to warm our arms up. Place them by your side. Clap in front, back down to the side. Clap in front, back down to the side. Don't rush this. Nice and slow and controlled, thinking about two things. First of all, are you breathing? And second of all, have you engaged your core? So it's a nice solid movement, and just doing a nice gentle exercise like this is actually working your stomach muscles if your core's on. Good. Keep breathing. Nice deep breaths. Let's do 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more. Good. So now let's warm up the lower half of the body. I want you to just extend your foot, straighten your leg, so I try not to talk. Physio talk. And we're just going to go forwards, back, forwards, back, forwards, back. Good. Do that 10 times. So plantar flex, dorsiflex. That's it. Point the toe towards you, point the toe away, and then rotate round 8 times one way, and then 8 times the other way. Good. And then we change legs. So if you have any questions, we're going to have a nice, relaxed, easy session today. So we're not going to rush through. So there's plenty of time for questions. I've got the lovely Gemma in my ear, so she can relay any questions you have, and we can get through as many as we need to. And then rotate round. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Sit yourself back in the chair, but remember, keep your spine neutral with your core on. And we're just going to bring the leg up and down. Let's do that 10 times. So we're just gently warming up, just trying to get a bit of blood around the body, get that oxygen transported around our body. Nice deep breaths. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and rest. Good. So it's time to have a little sip of water. So even though that's not doing much on a hot day like this, I mean, I'm sweating already. So it's really important, drink your water, keep your core temperature down and stop yourself getting dehydrated. So now we're just going to work on our core, and we're just going to sit up nice and straight. Remember, neutral spine, so you're not arching your back. Activate your core by zipping it up and hold it there. And we're going to hold it there for 30 seconds. So whilst we're holding it, I'm going to talk about more about falls. And one of the main causes of falling is low blood pressure. Now, the trouble is with low blood pressure, high blood pressure steals the limelight. Everyone knows about high blood pressure being a silent killer and how it can cause strokes and heart attacks and that sort of thing. So it steals the limelight, and not many people talk about low blood pressure. So when your blood pressure is low, which happens for a number of reasons, one of them can be aging, one of them can be the medication you're on, one of them can be lying down for too long, one of them can be if you're dehydrated, you're not drinking enough water. So let's talk about lying. So a lot of us need to get up in the night to go to the toilet, and we've been lying down. So when you lie down for a long period of time, your blood pressure lowers. Also, when you're asleep, your blood pressure plummets even more. So what happens? We wake up in the middle of the night, we need the toilet, we get out of bed, and we're dizzy, we're unsteady on our feet. So a way to counteract that is, when you wake up in the middle of the night, before you get up, or even first thing in the morning, before you get up, sit yourself up straight and take in 5 big deep breaths. Then, when you've done that, just gently march on the spot, just for the count of 20. Get the blood pumping round. Then, after you've done that, stand up, count to 10, breathe, and then go off about your business. And just doing that, statistically, really reduces your likelihood of having a fall. Right, so let's carry on with what we were doing. Now, the body always creates habits, and unfortunately, most of the time they're bad habits. So one way you can counteract this and make yourself much more stable on your feet, hence preventing falls, is make sure your feet are about hip distance apart, like so. Now, if your feet are hip distance apart when you're standing, you've got a nice, strong, sturdy base. If your feet are together, you haven't, you're much less likely to be unstable. So feet hip distance apart. Now, when you stand up, think how many times a day you get up from a chair. If you do it properly, what you can do, you can turn standing up from a chair into an exercise in itself. Now, going back to your body's bad habits, watch how you and other people stand from a seated position. Most of us, the knees will come in, we tilt forwards, and then we stand. Now, the trouble with this, let's talk about the tilting forwards first. The head is a heavy object. It weighs about 5 kilograms. If you're bringing your head forwards here, as you stand, you're making yourself much more likely to fall. And it's the same with walking. If when you're walking, your shoulders are forwards and your head's down at the floor, you've got 5 kilograms of sitting here, and if you take a stumble, if you hit a tree root, a dodgy paving slab, there's only one way you're going to go, and that's like that. So an easy way of preventing falls is just literally making sure eyes are forward and your head's up. So let's go back to how we stand up. If you can stand like that and then raise up, as you stand, you're in your perfect anatomical correct position, and you're going to be sturdy on your feet. Now let's go back to the knees. When you stand, try not to let the knees come in. The body does it just because it's lazy. Everyone's body's lazy, and this is an easier way of doing it. So when you do this, you're only using this little bit of these massive leg muscles to stand up. Then you're leaning forward with all your body weight in your back and standing like that. So if you manage to keep your knees in line with your feet as you stand, what happens here is you're using all of the thighs in the muscles and the buttocks. And it's good to get the buttocks involved because they are really big, powerful, strong muscles. So the more you can use them, the better. So when you stand up, be mindful and practice this. So every time you get up out of the chair, think feet hip distance apart, make sure the knees don't come in, straighten yourself up, tilt your head up, and then just try and take a big deep breath in through the nose And as you stand, exhale. Stand there for about a count of 10 seconds, and then walk away. And just by doing that one thing alone, what we're doing is we're strengthening our thighs and our buttocks, making our muscles stronger, and we're reducing our chances of falling dramatically. Right, so that's enough waffling on about that. So what we're going to do is just some nice, gentle, relaxing exercises just to loosen off. So feet hip distance apart, knees open, nice open chest, hands by your side, and we're going to go up and roll round, up and roll round, up and roll round. And we're just trying to loosen off the shoulders, take the tension out of the big muscles in our upper back. Let's do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. From there, arm across the body into a shoulder stretch. So just off the elbow, give it a pull. Keep your torso facing forward, so don't turn with it, and hold it there. Nice deep breaths. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Let's just have another sip of water. And go into the other arm. Arm out straight, bring it across the body, and pull it forwards. Hold it there, and just hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Now let's stretch the chest, hands on hips, and try and get your elbows as far behind your body as you can so you feel your chest opening up. Good. Hold it there. Nice big breaths. 10, 9, 8, 7, excuse me, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. So I'm going to talk about one more thing, which how we can make you more stable on your feet and how we can help prevent against falls. And this one's quite interesting. And it's all about how you walk. So I'm just going to change the camera angle down so you can see my feet. So going back to bad habits, when we walk, what we want to do is we want to bring the foot forward so it's being picked up by our thighs and our hips. You should strike the ground first with your heel, roll forwards and push off with your toes like this. So it's called walking heel to toe. So that's how we should walk, but I bet most of us don't. What happens is we develop habits and we tend to roll. So when we walk, I'm over exaggerating this, we roll side to side like this. So first of all, it's making us unsteady, because if your body weight's here and again you stumble, you're going to fall. And second of all, what it's doing is putting a lot of pressure into the hips and into the backs. So just by changing the way you walk, walking heel to toe, feet hip distance apart, try and walk heel to toe, and what you'll do in time, you'll find it will make you be a lot more stable on your feet, and also you will find that in time you'll be able to walk further because it makes walking more economical. It will feel a bit wooden first of all, so when you practice it, just practice it around your home rather than outside in the street, and then when it feels comfortable around your home, then apply it outside. Anyway, I hope that's been helpful today. I'll be back on for my last session next week. So until then, have a good week, enjoy the sunshine, and take care.